Hello, and welcome to Small Home Comforts. I thought we would do a little impromptu live today to talk about Small Business Saturday. So welcome. I also wanted to say happy Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you all had a wonderfully happy Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful for you, and I'm so thankful that you are here. So we had a lovely dinner and time with family, and I thought, you know what? This being Small Business Saturday and Small Home Comforts likes to support other small businesses, I thought it would be fun to kind of go over some of the things that I included in my book box, in my book boxes this past year, and support some other small businesses. Um, let's see, let me just get some of these other technologically things going here. So like I said, since it's Small Business Saturday, and one of the things I like to do at Small Home Comforts is to support other small businesses, I thought that I kind of highlight some of the other small businesses that I've worked with over this past year, and show you some of the things that I included in their boxes, and kind of direct them to their shops if you would be interested in seeing what some of their offerings are. So if you are here live, I would love to say hello to you. So you can just say hi in the comments. But if you're just here to watch, that's great too. So hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I have been kind of struggling in my small business. I had a little, oh no, not a little one, it was a big one, oh no moment this month that I'm working through. You may have seen my poster through my emails, the Small Home Comforts Christmas box. I was unfortunately had to downsize a little because unfortunately the publisher of the book ran out of copies and said that they couldn't fulfill my orders. So I've been dealing with that for the past few weeks, which if you're here for any length of time, you probably heard me talk about. So I don't want to belabor the point, but that is why I've been a little bit absent on some of the social media platforms. But things happen, and like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers dance to, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you start all over again. So here we are. But since we um weren't here on Thursday, I did want to kind of come and say thank you. You have all been so gracious to me as I work through this. And also, I'm just thankful for you to be here as part of the community. So, oh, I see Rebecca is here. Rebecca is making soup and cleaning while she watches. Glad to have you here, Rebecca. I don't know where you are in the country, but here in the Northwest, or I mean, in the Midwest, we are having a snowstorm today. So the kids are out playing in the snow, and I am here to support other small businesses. So I thought we'd do a little look back over the year, and show you some of the things that I thought were just delightful enough to include in my book box. The people that I worked with were so gracious and accommodating, and that's one of the things I really like about small businesses is that. Not only do I get to be a small business and serve you, but other small businesses I am able to talk to and communicate with and bring to you and kind of highlight throughout the year, which is so fun to be able to do that like on both ends. So that's one of the things that I just really love about this small business. So Teresa is here. Hello, Teresa. Welcome. I hope you are having a cozy day as well. And Megan is here. Oh, it's so nice to see you. Honestly, I did not schedule this or anything. I just thought, you know what? Since it's Small Business Saturday, let's just go and support some other small businesses um, as as I like to do here. So, all right, I have gathered some of the things that I wanted to kind of show you and highlight their businesses, and we'll start with candles. Um, Going back all the way to last Christmas's box, where I included 514 candles. I don't have a candle to show you from that one because I loved it so much. I burned mine all down to the bottom. But 514 candles was also highlighted in my summer box because I just love their candles so much. So the summer box was this heirloom lilac, but last Christmas's box was something called Fireside Pine, and it was amazing. I'm gonna go and buy myself another one for this holiday season. I haven't done it yet, but I plan to within the next week so that I can have it burning at Christmas time. Such a good scent. I love it. But she has so many other ones that I also love. She has a harvest apple candle that is just delicious, and so many selections. Her name is Emily, and she is based in at 514 Candles, based in northern Michigan, and so that's where she ships from. But I have bought so many candles from her. When I took a trip up to northern Michigan, not this past summer but the summer before, and in fact even before that, I think I discovered her at Christmas time the previous year, and I loved her little setup where I saw her in a small shop, and I talked to her. I emailed her to see if I could include her candles in my boxes, and she was so lovely. So Emily at 514 Candles, go check her out. She's got some really, really good scents that I love a lot. So Rebecca says that she's in Texas. It's 70 degrees and dreary, much better than the hot temps we've been having. That sounds nice and fallish. You can now that you're you can make your soup and be cozy. It's so different than hot weather, right? But 70 degrees sounds really good to me right now because it's below freezing here, although it is very Christmassy. So that's lovely, which I like. Jean is here. Hello, Jean. Welcome. I totally didn't expect everyone to be here today. I just thought this is impromptu. It's Saturday morning here. May as well do this. Megan says that she loved the lilac summer candle, and she needs to look up their site and find the Christmas one. I think that fireside pine one, excuse me, was my favorite of hers. Although that harvest apple was really good too. So I don't know. It's between those. There's a couple others. I got her. These I don't include in the box because they're not candles, but she has wax melts as well. And I have her magnolia one, which I do on top of the. You know how they have where you put the candle warmers. So, and the wax melts that go on top. I have a magnolia one. I have like three of them, trillium, I think. So she has some really good scents. Oh, Megan says that it's sunny where she is. Oh, but you got a foot of snow. Oh my goodness. Maybe our storm is rolling in towards you because we've got a storm going. We had that winter weather advisory. We knew about it yesterday coming in. So I was like, I'm staying home all day. We did all our groceries or anything we needed yesterday so that we could be here today. So, all right. So the other candle that I wanted to highlight was the old library candle that I put in my fall book box. This is made by Anna from Anna Vintique. She says that this is her most popular, best-selling candle, and this one is like a it's I think she said cedar and old leather, and it reminds you of sitting in an old library. And she was just lovely to work with. Anna was so lovely. I really enjoyed working with her. And like I said, it's so nice to be able to talk about other small businesses. There were a couple others throughout the year. But one of them that I included, I think she's not making candles anymore. So I decided to not tell you about that because you can't get them anymore, unfortunately. But she was lovely to work with earlier in the year as well. So, all right, moving on to tea. You know that I like all the cozy stuff. So if you are Christmas shopping for gifts this weekend, all the things to get cozy with and send your gift recipient some little coziness. So we've got the candles and then we've got the tea. And I am going to start with the winter box that we had last year. So the winter box I did was the Scarlet Pimpernel. And if you've read the Scarlet Pimpernel, you know that it is it's an adventure story and it's a love story, but the two main characters were Marguerite Blakeney and Sir Percy Blakeney, and they were a married couple. And she was French and he was English, and so this was the fun breakfast tea, English breakfast tea that I found from New Mexico Tea Company. So you can see their website right there, nmtco.com. How fun is that? I thought it was just perfect. I wanted to reflect like French and English in my box, and this tea was the English one. And it's just a regular English breakfast tea, which is just, so comforting to have something familiar and lovely. And then I couldn't pass up that fun. And they have a whole bunch of fun labels on their teas. So this is the one I included, but they do have several other options, and that is the New Mexico Tea Company. I'm trying to remember. I think his name was David that I worked with there. Let me see if I wrote it down here. No, I didn't write his name down here, but I think it was, I'm going to say it was David, but don't quote me on that. But he was so accommodating. I do remember emailing with him and talking with him. And yeah, so fun. So fun. And then the other tea, the spring tea, Megan from Megan's Pantry. I just thought this was such a unique packaging. This one was a London fog tea. So it had a little bit of Earl Grey, but it had lavender and something else, vanilla. Lavender, vanilla bean, and Earl Grey tea in there. And it was so good. And these were so distinctive packaging, I really loved it. It's loose leaf tea, so you can see all that. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. And Megan hand blends her teas, and I saw she just sent out a new collection a couple weeks ago. So she has a lot of health teas. She has a lot of unique blends that she creates herself, and it was just really a joy to work with Megan from Megan's Pantry. So go check out her teas. She's got all sorts of different sizes and flavors. I want to take another little whiff of that because it's so good. Oh my goodness. That one was just lovely. London Fog was the one that I included, but like I said, she has so many good ones there. And then the summer box, I included this Alaska wild teas. This one was the wild rose herbal tea, which was delightful. You can have that iced or hot, which is why I wanted to include it in the summer box because it was good both ways. It was nice and light and floral and fragrant. The purveyor of that one, I think, was Sandra. I'm trying to remember. Yes, Sandra. And I actually talked to Sandra. So this came from Alaska, as you can see, Alaska Wild Teas. And Sandra and I actually had a conversation over the telephone. We had to like work with our time changes and everything. I mean, time differences is what I mean. And I even had one of my subscribers tell me after this one that she went back and ordered more because she loved it so much. And Sandra had a couple different flavors. She had this wild rose, but I think she also had a blueberry, and she had it was another fruit, maybe raspberry. I want to say it was wild raspberry. And she told me about how she grew them, about how she packaged them. And it was just such a delight to talk to her. She was such an uplifting person. I was talking to her about the scenery in Alaska and how beautiful it must be up there, with all the mountains. And she said, yes, it is very beautiful, but she also said, there's beauty no matter where you are. And I'm sure you have very beautiful things in your part of the country too. And I thought, how lovely that she took the time to think about that and to think about how everyone can find loveliness in their part of the world. So Sandra was just such a delight to talk to. And like I said, I know for a fact that at least one of my subscribers went back to buy more from her. And yeah, this one was really good. So that was the Alaska wild teas. The wild rose tea was the one I offered, but she had a couple other options as well. So, and then I think that was all. The one that I put in the fall box I don't have with me right now, but it was the Chapters tea, which I'm sure you've heard of Chapters tea. They have bookish teas where they create tea blends um, based on certain authors or poets or books, and they're able to blend bookishness and tea together, which of course is something lovely that I like as well. So chapter teas, I don't have it here to show you, but chapter teas was lovely as well. So All right, and moving on to the from the teas, if you're looking to get some gifts for your loved ones, bookish little touches, that are fun. I thought that I would highlight the ones that I worked with this year. So the first one from the winter box, all the way last winter, was Some Little Good. I love their artwork. They just released a calendar that I have been eyeing because it looks absolutely delightful. But these are the stickers, and I told you about Scarlet Pimpernel. So here's the Scarlet Pimpernel, and here's Marguerite Blakeney. I just thought, how fun are these? They also have bookmarks in these designs. They have some something that I like about Some Little Goods is that they kind of, oh, excuse me, they kind of um, do some of the more obscure um, titles. Excuse me for a minute. Sorry, I don't know what got caught in my throat. They do some more obscure titles. So, well, not super obscure, but things that you don't see often, such as PG Wodehouse. They create little bookmarks and stickers and just small little bookish goods about Jeeves and Wooster. I think they might have Poirot in there, which is not obscure at all, but not a lot of people talk about the Scarlet Pimpernel. And so the fact that this was a little bit more obscure, that I was able to find this, I loved it. They have so many different characters, they have so many different illusions and different artworks. Like I said, calendars, bookmarks, stickers. Um, Lovely bookish goods. And I think they're running a sale this weekend. I'm not sure what it is. You'd have to go over to their website to see, but that is Some Little Good. And I think it's a couple sisters and a brother that work together to create these. So I loved those, and I have been eyeing their calendar this year as well. And then moving on to the spring box, these stickers, it was a sticker sheet that I included, and Highland Atelier. I always have a hard time saying that word. Atelier. This was Scottish wildflowers. And Highland Atelier is based in Scotland, and she draws and paints designs based on on what she sees as she takes her walk in the Scottish Highlands. So she told me what each one of these flowers were and how she saw them on her walk. I think her name was Esther. Let me just double check to make sure that I have the right name. It was Esther. And she was explaining to me what they were. And so if you got the spring box, I explained, what each one was and how Esther takes her walks in the Scottish Highlands. And then creates her artwork from there. So she has stickers. She has does she have other? I want to say she has like postcards and things like that too, but I could be thinking about somebody else. But Highland Atelier was her little shop with some lovely offerings. So, and then in the summer, I discovered. Let me tell you the name of the company here. Um, I don't have her name, but her company is on Etsy, and it is Embellished Paper Shop. And she created these little notepads. She did the colors to match my box. She asked me if she could customize it for me, which I said, of course, I would love that. I really wanted these notes, musical notes, to go with the book that I chose for the summer. And then I told her my colors, and she put it on there. I see Jacqueline is here. Hello, Jacqueline. Nice to see you. Welcome. I'm doing a little impromptu live today to support other small businesses from Small Business Saturdays. So I didn't even tell anybody I was going to do this. So it's so lovely to see you all here. Anyway, this was Embellished Paper Shop, and it's like a little Velcro, and you open it up and there's post-it notes in there. So you can use it to like mark pages in your book, or to put little, if you need like a sticky note for anything else. I thought it would be fun to, if you wanted to not write notes in your book, but still kind of mark your pages, you could write your note and put it in the book. So I thought that was kind of a fun little find. Yeah, Embellished Paper Shop. They are on Etsy. something fun, some bookish fun. And then lastly, for that one, what I included in the fall book box was made by Bibliofic Designs. I worked with Avery there, and she is on Etsy as well. I don't remember if she has a website. Let me look really quickly and see. She may have a website as well, Bibliofic Designs, but for sure she's on Etsy. If you can't find her website, I'll try to link all this below to make sure you can be able to see it. But the Oxford Comma Appreciation Society was the sticker in the fall book box. Um, I love the Oxford comma. I love singing the praises of the Oxford comma, and I figured all of you guys did too. So that is what I sourced from Avery at Bibliofic Designs. Um, Jacqueline's asking the little shop with the Scarlet Pimpernel bookmarks is Some Little Good. And I believe they have their own website as well as an Instagram account. I know they have that. And I don't believe they were on Etsy. I think it was just their website, Some Little Good. But I think it's two sisters or three sisters and a brother. I'm not exactly sure. And they all do the designs. And I love that one. So much fun. Like I said, I'm eyeing their calendar this year. And that is everything from the other small businesses that I worked with through the year. Of course, I create my own bookmarks as well. So as a small business, I thought some of these I included in my book boxes this year as little perks or from last year, I had it as part of my Christmas box. And so I create these velvet bookmarks to add a little touch of elegance to your reading life. And the charms I choose based on the book that they're going with. So this one, I chose to go with. An Ella Montgomery Christmas story last year. This umbrella was for to reference Tanya in Listening Valley. She was someone who would go out with you in any weather. And this little house or home charm went with the Moffats to allude to the little yellow house that they lived in. This one didn't go with the book. This one was just for fun because I love snail mail. And I know so many of you do too. So those are my four offerings that are available on the website. If you would like to, there is a little I have to double check and make sure it's on these ones too, but there is a little space for a note on the product page if you are giving it away and you would like it to be you would like me to include a little gift tag, just write that in the note right there. So now one last special one that I want to talk about. Well, first I should probably tell you, in my shop, I also do something called Settle In with a Story, which is my take of Blind Date with a Book. And so um and so I put together like a like a blind date with a book, but more settle in with the story. So you get a book that I have six selections. You can choose based on number. I give you the genre and just like a little clues to what it is, and then I wrap it up and send it to you based on your selection. If you are somebody who doesn't like to go in blind and want to know what book you're getting, feel free to email me. I am more than happy to tell you privately what the titles are. But a lot of people like to be surprised when they get it. So I have those. Each one comes with a bookmark and some tea. I put the peppermint one in here for the season, but that could change depending on availability and what I have. A book plate that was designed and created especially for my shop, and some little book corners that I hand fold myself that you can put on like if you want to dog ear your book. Those ones I make out of pages from Sense and Sensibility or Pride and Prejudice, one or the other. And then these little bookmarks or book darts, I'm sorry, to mark your page. And then I didn't put a name on this one because it's personalized, so I can send it, address it to whoever. If you order it, I address it to the shipping address unless you put something in the note there. And then I wrap it with a ribbon and send it off for a delightful surprise. So that is some offerings from my shop that I have available. But The other one that I really want to talk about is this one here. So this is the Ella Montgomery Christmas collection. It is not often that I can source books from other small businesses. Usually books are published by big publishers. And not small printers. But last year, I found Smidgen Press, and I included their Ella Montgomery Christmas collection in my Christmas book box. And I was able to talk with Jody, who is the owner of Smidgen Press. And in fact, we did a whole interview about this particular book, which you can find on my YouTube channel. And I will link it as well. But this makes an amazing Christmas gift. These were stories, Ella Montgomery stories that I had never heard of. Well, some of them, but mostly had never heard before. Look how beautiful this comes with, like, a, already on there. But I want to show you. Here's the table of contents and beautiful illustrations. Um, there's poetry, there's short stories, just a wonderful collection of Christmas stories written by Ella Montgomery. It's so good. It is so good, and it's a small business that creates these and publishes them, which is, like I said, um, kind of unusual to find. So when I found this gem, I was so thrilled last year. So Jody from Smidgen Press, like I said, I will link the interview with her, but that would make a lovely, lovely Christmas gift to put under somebody else's Christmas tree or your Christmas tree. So I couldn't not mention that one. Jacqueline is saying, um, looked up their website, Some Little Good. Uh-oh, because you found so many good things that you just don't know what to choose first. They have such wonderful things. It's so fun to be able to discover other small businesses and their creativity and what they're offering. So, Jacqueline said, "Oh, are you talking about?" Thank you, Jacqueline. And she's, oh my goodness, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. I'm so glad you like those book corners. I always wonder if people see, like, how their little snippets of um, Pride and Prejudice or Sense and Sensibility, because I had some old paperbacks that I use for crafting purposes, and that's the book that I take them from. So it's just kind of fun to see if you can figure out or find. Sometimes it'll say, like, Lady Catherine in there, or it'll say, Eleanor and Marianne, and I always wonder who sees that and gets a little delight from that. So it's the details, right? I love to notice the details and to see how everything is kind of created. Oh, you're saying the blind date with a book that you loved yours. Oh, that's what Jacqueline is endorsing. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate it. It's just fun, right? To have a little package to have personalized and to be able to settle in, brew your cup of tea, right? Put that book plate right in your book, get a little surprise as to what the title of the book is. So I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. I appreciate all your support. It's meant so much, especially in the last couple weeks where I've been struggling a little bit. So, but like I said, time to pick yourself up and move on, which is what I'm doing. So, I think that is all that I have to share. I thought I would end today by telling you what I'm reading. I know it's not Thursday night, but it's kind of fun to see what other people are reading now. And this is not going to come in as any surprise to you, but I thought if you wanted to get a little head start on your Christmas reading, I am finishing this weekend Detection Unlimited by Georgette Heyer. As you can see, I am almost done right there. So I'm almost to the conclusion, and I'm looking forward to that. But what I have coming up is the last of the Georgette Heyer books that I am reading this year. So I did, you probably know I've talked about it all year, but for those of you who are new here, all through this year, I have been reading Georgette Heyer mysteries. There are 12 of them, and I've read one a month, and I blog about it after I finish each book. And so for December, coming up, is this one. It's a Christmas party. So what I did throughout this year was I did it in publication order because I wanted to see kind of her progression as a writer and how things changed throughout the books and throughout the years as she wrote them. But This one I took out of order. So I think like in publication order, it would have come in like September or something, but I just plucked it out of there and popped it in at the end of the year so that I could have some seasonal reading. So this is one of the kind of like middle ones. Jacqueline is saying, love that hot hair edition. It's fun. I love looking at the different editions. So this one says A Christmas Party, but it was originally published under the title of Envious Casca. I believe that was the English title, and then this is the American title. And so this is the one that I was able to get, and I am going to start in on this pretty soon. I just need to finish the other one, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get a head start on my seasonal reading. I think this may be the only one that I actually commit to for December because December is going to be pretty busy for me. But I think I'm really going to enjoy this one. I'm really looking forward to it. So, isn't that a beautiful cover? I love it. I love it. It looks like my outside right now because it is snowing here and it's supposed to snow all day. So, I may well, we'll see how soon I get to start on that. Even though it's not December yet, I'm sorely tempted to start early. So, anyway, that's a little seasonal reading. And like I said, if you are shopping this weekend for some Christmas gifts and want to support small businesses, all of the ones that I mentioned have been so lovely to me throughout the year. Um, and I just really wanted to highlight them today on Small Business Saturday. So that's it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving and that you're getting your Christmas season started. So it's always such a joy to hang out with you here. I'm so glad that you found me. Like I said, I didn't even announce that I was going to be here. So this bookish community is the best. So glad you're here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your